now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the distinct pleasure of the management to present to you this morning's star attraction. Here he is, back after an exclusive tour exploring the funkiest depths of this great country. Won't you welcome from parts unknown, Kevin O'Korn and the live, local, and loud morning show.
All righty, welcome back to Live, Local, and Loud with Kevin O'Korn. It is 6:07 a.m. in the morning here in beautiful Toledo, Ohio. And we've got the computer back, got some stuff going on here, so we are ready to kick off the day again. Welcome to Live, Local, and Loud. Let's stop that. There we go. All right, we're going to have a couple false starts this morning. Again, this is show number 1 of Live, Local, and Loud, coming to you live from the University of Toledo campus on WXUT 88.3 FM. If you have any comments that you'd like to chime in with this morning, feel free to give us a call at 419-530-4455. Again, a little bit about myself. My name is Kevin O'Korn. I am actually not a student here at the University of Toledo. I am a former student, graduate, class of 2001 in communications. I've spent most of my life working on the television side of media, whether it be behind the camera producing or out in the fields running live trucks, working with reporters on stories. I've kind of done it all. And I'm branching out into a new field here by actually getting behind the microphone here at WXUT to do a show. It's something I've always dreamed about doing, and now I'm going to get my chance. Pardon me. I need a cough button. Throat's a little bit rough this morning. Allergies have been giving me quite a run for my money these past couple days, but. Like I said, being on the radio, being a DJ has been a dream of mine since I was a little kid. I like to tell the story about growing up. I had a little Fisher-Price radio that I inherited a lot of my mom and dad's record collection, and I would sit in front of that little record player for hours on end pretending to be a DJ. I even had my own station that I made up. Most of the stations that we have here east of the Mississippi River have a W at the beginning of their call letters, like WXUT. On the west side of the Mississippi River, they switch over to a K. So I pretended I was west of the Mississippi, and I had station KAPT, and it stood for Kids Are People Too. I know it sounds silly, but that was my radio station. So I was Kevin O'Korn broadcasting on KAPT, Kids Are People Too radio, and I would play everything from Tom Jones to the Beatles to Ray Charles, the Mamas and the Papas, Sergio Mendes and the Brazil 66, Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, you name it, and I would play it on that record player, and I would spin records over and over and over and over again. So, like I said, the dreams of being a DJ started early. It took about 52 years, but here I am now on the radio. And if you're up listening to me this morning, we'd love to hear from you, so don't hesitate to give a call in at 419-530-4455. What I can tell you about myself, again, my interests range in a little bit of everything. I've gone through an incredible fitness journey and weight loss journey over the past 4 years. So if you want to talk fitness, health, mental health, we can talk about that. If you want to talk about camping, the outdoors, anything like that, feel free to call in about that. If you want to talk about music, anything, like I said, my genres go everything from old school rap to hardcore rock to punk pop, you name it, I listen to it. I don't care what the genre is. If it makes me get up and move or feel a sort of way, that's what I'm going to be listening to. Let's move on real quick, let's do just a quick sports update for those of you who may have headed off to bed early last night and didn't get a chance to see the end of the Monday Night Football game, the Falcons versus the Eagles. It was an exciting one. The Falcons mounted a late comeback drive to stun the Eagles last night, grabbing a 22-21 win. Kirk Cousins got the job done and left the Philadelphia Eagles stunned in the process. Cousins mounted a quick 70-yard touchdown drive that lasted just 65 seconds, lifted the Atlanta Falcons to a 22-21 win over the Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field last night. Cousins, after the Falcons fell down 6 points with just a minute 39 seconds left in the game after an Eagles field goal, marched the Falcons down the field and hit Drake London for a 7-yard touchdown. That pushed the Falcons and eventually gave them their first win of the season. Of course, the first game of the season was not a great debut for Cousins in the Falcons uniform. They fell to the Pittsburgh Steelers by a string of field goals from the Steelers. In fact, they kicked 6 field goals in the games, did not have a touchdown, and were able to stymie Cousins' debut as a Falcon. But they got that win last night. Huge win over the Eagles, 22-21, with just under a minute left to go in the game. So, again, if you missed the end of the Monday Night Football last night, it was an exciting finish to the game with Kirk Cousins marching them down the field to get that last-second touchdown. Like I said, this show is going to feature a lot of local musicians. We want to play music that and get the word out about the local Toledo music scene and also the music scene around the state of Ohio. We have some amazing bands. We have some amazing music communities here in Toledo, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, all the way down to Southeast Ohio with another Mac school that lurks there in Athens, Ohio, at Ohio University. They have an amazing music scene. I'm lucky enough to have a lot of friends and family members down there that are part of that music scene, so we'll be playing some of their music as well. But first off, we're going to start with a local band called LameAss Dads. Pardon the blue language there, but that's their name. I can't change that. But LameAss Dads is a group of gentlemen up in my age range that decided that, they still had some gas left in the tank and they were ready to write some music, play some music, and get it out to the community. LameAss Dads is a punk pop type band, and we're going to start off our first local song here with a song from the Dads. It's called Nowhere, Ohio. You're listening to WXUT 88.3 FM in Toledo.
Where it comes in clutch, you won't beat it, no reviews. You know
welcome back to Live Local. I tell you what, I'm still working on the audio board. You know, I've been behind the scenes as a technical advisor here at WXUT for the past couple of years, and don't get a chance often to play around with the board. So we're, again, kind of fumbling our way through this morning, figuring out how to put on a smooth program. I promise you, the more we go on, the more polished we'll get. But again, we are broadcasting live from Toledo, Ohio on the beautiful University of Toledo campus on WXUT 88.3 FM and live worldwide everywhere on WXUT.com. Check out our website. Our students are doing a great job getting that website up and running and getting more information in a timely manner. So, yes, this will not be a pretty show this morning. Hopefully it'll be enjoyable for you. And as we go on, I promise things will get better. So today I'm in here all by myself, and hopefully as we move along, we'll get some more of our DJs coming in to join the show and join in the fun and antics that I hope to bring to you here on Live, Local, and Loud. I'll try not to say as much. We are, again, just I kind of got thrown this morning because everything just kind of got a little out of whack as I was getting things set up here. One thing we're going to try to avoid on this show is politics, but one thing that we can't ignore right now is the second attempted assassination of former President Donald J. Trump as he is campaigning to be reelected to be our president against Kamala Harris. The latest information on the attempted assassination scare. Trump plans to hit the campaign again today. He'll actually be up in Michigan. This is, again, 2 days after an apparent assassination attempt against him was foiled at his golf course in Florida. AFP News is reporting that his key Democratic rival, Kamala Harris, will be campaigning as she heads to the key battleground states of Pennsylvania, and she'll be doing an interview with the National Association of Black Journalists. That event and another interview with Hispanic media recorded Monday, set to air today, will be the first time Harris has had an opportunity to react in person to the apparent bid on Trump's life. The Republican nominee and ex-president was whisked away by Secret Service after a gunman was discovered on his golf course in Florida on Sunday, in the second such close call for Trump in as many months. As security officials said, they believe the suspect acted alone. Trump sought to blame Harris and President Joe Biden for the scare, citing what he called their rhetoric about him endangering democracy. Trump's politicization of the incident, even as he's on the campaign trail, paints Harris as an evil radical turning America into a failing nation, has stoked further tensions ahead of the presidential election in 7 weeks. Both Biden and Harris have issued statements denouncing the apparent assassination bid, with Harris saying violence has no place in America. But Trump has claimed the rhetoric from Biden and Harris is causing me to be shot at when I am the one who's going to save this country. Love him or hate him, violence in any way, totally unacceptable. And we hope that America can find some common ground and some of this just political nonsense. That's all I'm going to say about that. We'll get back to having fun here, but first of all, it is 6:23 in the morning, and let's do a check on weather for the day as you're heading out the door to get your day started. Let's get our weather report pulled up here. Currently here in Toledo, it's 56 degrees, and we will have a high of 80 today. It will be mostly clear throughout the day with a lot of sunshine, and clear conditions will condition all day. Just slight wind gusts out there, 5 miles an hour. Should be another absolutely gorgeous day. As we look through the week, tomorrow, Wednesday, another sunny day, high of 82. Thursday, high of 83 with sunshine. May get some clouds on Friday with a high of 83. And as we move into the weekend, it looks like it's going to be another gorgeous weekend here in Northwest Ohio. Saturday, sunny, high of 85. Sunday, high of 84. So again, looks like a beautiful day for you out there to be out and about in Northwest Ohio. So just wear a hat, wear some sunglasses, enjoy these last couple warm days of summer before we move into fall. It is pumpkin spice latte season, so everyone out there is trying to push the fall rhetoric, if you will. So enjoy these warm days of summer while you can before we start moving into fall and eventually another nice cool winter here in Northwest Ohio. We're going to go back to a little bit of music here right now. We'll play a few songs here. First off, we're going to play a song from artist Megan B. Megan B is located, she comes to us out of Athens, Ohio. She's a folk music singer, but she has roots right here in Northwest Ohio. So she really kind of covers all the bases of what we're looking for here on Live, Local, and Loud. Her latest album, Cottonwood, is an absolutely amazing album. I was talking to my son about the music the other day. She kind of has the feel, a little bit of a feel of Jewel. Just really heartfelt music. And this first song that we're going to play from Megan is called we're going to play Fever from Megan. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes. We'll also play a couple other songs on the backside of Fever. You're listening to Live, Local, and Loud on WXUT FM 88.3.
Woke up with a fever. Woke up with a fever in the wilderness. I've been digging up roots, living off moss and bark and bitterness.
with you. You hear people talking, they're telling stories. I can say that they're not true. Tell me what you're thinking, don't let it sink in. Listen from my point of view. What's your allegation? Accusing me of something, but you've got nothing to prove. I used to get high with you, now just to forget you, I've got everything to lose. What's your allegation? Accusing me of something, but you've got nothing to prove. So many questions, I should get going. What they say is not true. What's it gonna take for you to walk away? What's it gonna take for me to beg you to stay? I never intended to feel this way, but you threw me out, you made me. What's it gonna take for you to walk away? What's it gonna take for me to beg you to stay? I never intended to feel this way, but you threw me out, you made me. It's right. Something about you gives me energy, and I still know that I want you. Friday morning breeze reminds me of driving around town with you. I hear people talking, they're telling stories. I can tell that they're not true. I'll tell you what I'm thinking, you let it sink in. Listen from my point of view. What's your allegation? Accusing me of something, but you've got nothing to prove. I used to get high with you, now just to forget you, I've got everything to lose. What's your allegation? Accusing me of something, but you've got nothing to prove. So many questions, you just gotta listen. What they're saying's not true. What's it gonna take for you to walk away? What's it gonna take for me to beg you to stay? I never intended to feel this way, but you threw me out, you made me. What's it gonna take for you to walk away? What's it gonna take for me to beg you to stay? I never intended to feel this way, but you threw me out, you made me astray. Cancel your reservation, I know you did something. Run around town, you're messing up again. Cancel your reservation, I know you did something. Run around town, you're messing up again. Cancel your reservation, I know you did something. Run around town, you're messing up again. Cancel your reservation, I know you did something. Run around town, you're messing up again. What's it gonna take for you to walk away? What's it gonna take for me to beg you to stay? I never intended to feel this way, but you threw me out, you made me. What's it gonna take for you to walk away? What's it gonna take for me to beg you to stay? I never intended to feel this way, but you threw me out, you made me astray.
Welcome back to Live, Local, and Loud here on WXUT FM 88.3. My name is Kevin O'Corn, and you are listening to Live, Local, and Loud, and we are focusing on featuring local music acts here in the Toledo area, Northwest Ohio, and all throughout the state. Again, the last two songs that we heard were Fever from Megan B. You can check out her new album, Cottonwood. It's available on all streaming platforms. And then we just heard the song Allegations. This is a new band called Uncouth. They, again, are from the Athens area, so down in southeast Ohio. Great music. My friend of mine kind of described them as a darker emo REM, which I think is kind of appropriate, but Allegations was the name of that song. You can also find their music available on all the different streaming platforms. But definitely two bands to check out. Hopefully they will start getting on tour and getting up around this area. Again, Megan actually Megan B. Just recently played up here in Northwest Ohio at a couple different locations throughout the area. So she is getting some traction, and actually I've been following her social media accounts, and she's actually been getting some tours actually across the country. So she's definitely gaining some traction with her folk-tinged music. Again, it is now 6:35 in the morning, and we're, like I said, we're muddling our way through this first show. It's not been the smoothest at this point, but again, what can we hope for other than to just get better as we move forward and get this show a little bit more polished. Let's see, what else do we have going on in the news today? Let's go back through here. Kind of looking at entertainment news. We've grown accustomed on SNL these past couple years to the friendly, crazy banter between Michael Shea and Colin Jost on SNL's Weekend Update. But it looks like Michael Shea warned Colin Jost about one punchline. He said, if you tell that joke on air, I'm quitting the show. Then it became a hit, and he was furious. So let's take a look at this. This is via the Daily Beast. Michael Shea said during a recent interview on Fly on the Wall podcast that one Weekend Update joke involving salsa nearly led him to quit the show. Asked by the podcast host and SNL alums Dana Carvey and David Spade if any punchline continues not to sit well with him, Shea answered, I think jalapeno business I was pretty furious about that one. Jost actually said you were just upset because it worked so well, and he appeared with Shea on the Fly on the Wall interview. The punchline in question revolved around a joke Jost told in relation to a 2015 incident in which a woman attacked her boyfriend with a pan several times because he ate a tub of salsa they were supposed to share. The woman was sentenced to 18 months in prison over the attack. Shea explained, I remember in a run-through when you did it because I never heard it before. I don't remember what the setup was, but the punchline was jalapeno business. During the live episode, Jost recapped the crime and delivered the punchline. You'd be angry, too, if your boyfriend was jalapeno business. The joke was that Jost was playing on the common saying, all up in your business. Shea was not a fan. Shea said, I was like, if you tell that joke on air, I'm leaving. I'm quitting the show. And he did it on air, and it destroyed. And he was so frustrated. I was so frustrated. I was like, I don't even know what we do anymore. The joke was a hit, which dumbfounded Shea. Despite being frustrated, Shea stayed on Saturday Night Live and set up once again as the anchor of Weekend Update segment along Jost. When can you believe this? SNL is coming back for its 50th anniversary season this fall. That's crazy. I've seen so many iterations of Saturday Night Live during my middle-aged life. Everything from the original cast all the way up through the current cast. Let's put this out to you. What are some of your favorite SNL sketches? We can talk about those on the air. We've got to keep it clean, obviously, but please feel free to call in. Our listener line is open right now, 419-530-4455. If you have a favorite SNL sketch that you'd like to talk about, let's do that. Give me a call this morning. Hopefully there's some of you out there listening to me. Hopefully you haven't turned off the radio yet and gone to a different station. But that's something I'd love to talk about right now. We're going to take a quick, actually, no, let's stay on the air here right now. Let's take a look at our weather. Again, want to keep you up to date with what's going on out there today. Here in the Toledo area, it is, looks like it's got clear skies this morning, 58. And we're going to get to a high of 80 today here in the Toledo area. Should be a beautiful day to be outside. So in between classes, enjoy some time out on Centennial Mall. Find a nice piece of ground, either in the sun or in the shade, and enjoy this weather while we still have it here. Pardon me. But let's get back to some music here. And next, we're going to play a song from the band called the Figs Posey. The song is Evil Inside, and you are listening to Live, Local, and Loud on WXUT FM 88.3. Here is The Evil Inside.
Thanks for all you've shown us. This is how we feel. Come sit next to me, pour yourself some tea. Just like Grandma made when couldn't find sleep. Things were better then, once but never again. We've all left the den and typewriting. Choo-choo train left right on time. A ticket costs only your mind. The driver said, hey man, we go all the way. Of course we were willing to play. First class dealer is mad. The workers are going home. 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 Yeah! Workers are going home. The workers are going home. The workers are going home. Yeah, yeah,
My name is Meera Batra, and this is How I Live United. Many families have come to America for a better life. I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to see opportunities available. We help them get involved with their kids, schools, and network within the community. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunity and succeed. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Local and loud here on WXUT. This is show number 1, so we've been working out some kinks this morning, getting... How about we try that again? There we go. Got the live studio audience in here with me this morning, kind of cheering me on to not mess things up too bad. Again, our listener lines are open this morning at 419-530-4455. I just put it out to you. I'd love to hear what you think are some of your favorite SNL sketches from the past, whether they be recent or from back in their extensive 50-year catalog. Can you believe that? SNL is 50 years old this year. You know, there are some times that I thought that we would not make it this far with some of those seasons. They were on shaky ground, but, you know, they keep reinventing themselves. They keep coming back year after year. SNL is definitely a late-night staple, or nowadays a real staple if you're watching things on your phones. But there are definitely some funny sketches out there. I was actually a big fan of the cast era with Billy Crystal, and Christopher Guest, and some of the outlandish stuff that Martin Short used to do. Ed Grimley, probably one of my favorite SNL characters of all time. In fact, when I was in high school, we had an SNL day. You dress up as your favorite characters, and I specifically spent the summer growing out my hair so I could put a big spike in the front of my head, glue it all up there with mousse and gel and whatever I could to make a nice, sharp, pointy hair extension of my bangs, and went out in front of the entire school population at a homecoming pep rally dressed as the big nerd Ed Grimley himself. So again, if you have a favorite SNL sketch from years gone by, please give me a call, 419-530-4455. Also this morning, I'm putting a call out to local bands. If you are up and listening and would like to call in and talk about your band and some of your music, we would love to have you call in to talk about your music and what you think of the Toledo music scene and maybe even get a chance to tell us where some of your next gigs are coming up. Right now it is coming up on 7:50, 10 minutes until, 6:50, almost 10 minutes till 7, here on a beautiful late summer morning here in Toledo area. It's about 58 degrees, looking at about a high of 80 today. So, we may put on a light jacket when you're heading out there, but by midday, it should be absolutely perfect weather to be outside. Taking a look at some of the headlines from the Blade this morning, the Toledo Blade, the Associated Press is reporting that the Detroit Red Wings have signed Lucas Raymond to an 8-year, $64.6 million contract. The report shows that forward Lucas Raymond completing the deal with the Red Wings. He's one of their best young players. And this comes less than 3 days before training camp begins. Raymond will count $7.075 million against the salary cap through 2032. The 22-year-old was a restricted free agent without a contract for upcoming NHL season and was coming off setting career highs with 31 goals, 41 assists, and 72 points. The Red Wings have another one of those in defenseman Moritz Seider, who won the Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year in 2021-2022. Detroit is looking to end an 8-year playoff drought, dating to the original Six franchise last appearance back in 2016. Raymond, a Swede who was the 4th pick in 2020, has 174 points with 238 games since breaking into the league. Raymond emerged as a key part of the rebuild soon after the Red Wings drafted him. So are you guys looking forward to the NHL season? I know we just got into college football, just got into pro football, but before you know it, we are going to be back on the ice, unleashing a lot of great puck action throughout the upcoming 2024-2025 season. I want to give a big shout out to Tucker Gleason and the Toledo Rockets after they had an amazing, shocking, to some shocking, just dominant performance against Mississippi State. Is that right? Mississippi State? Yeah. I just kind of lost my train of thought here. Let's pull this up here. I mean, Toledo walks into that game getting paid $1.2 million from what reports that I've been reading to, show up and play against an SEC team. I think they definitely got the better end of that deal because not only did they show up, they showed them out. They absolutely dominated from the first kick to the end of the game. They dominated, this Power 4 team. And, Gleason is really making a name for himself, ranking the top quarterback performances of the weekend out of 52 quarterbacks that they looked at. Gleason was number 4 overall. He had a dominant performance, one of his best performances ever. And this is now his 3rd consecutive game throwing 3 touchdown passes. I mean, for a team that was not picked to win the MAC this year, everyone's looking at the Miami Redhawks to win the MAC. Toledo's making quite a statement these first 3 games, and especially this last game last weekend. They absolutely dominated both sides of the ball. They made the SEC look like, a lower tier conference with that performance. Now, granted, Mississippi State they're not. I don't know if I would put them as a top tier SEC team, but it's the SEC for goodness sake. They are one of the most. You can't escape a football conversation without somebody chiming in. Yeah, but the SEC is one of the most powerful conferences in the country, if not the most powerful conference in the country. Again, the mighty MAC with Maction shows up. And if you're watching the game, we had a great contingency of fans out there waving the Toledo flag, waving the MAC banner. It was just a great performance all around and a great night to be a Rocket. The Rockets I believe they have this weekend off, but they'll be back in action. They will actually be home for their next game, which is homecoming against the Miami Redhawks on October 5th. So we got a couple weeks before they're back here at home in the Glass Bowl. I just encourage everyone to get your tickets now because the Miami-Toledo rematch after last year's MAC championship, it definitely is something that needs to be attended. We need to show up in our midnight blue and gold and just absolutely let Miami know that Toledo is a force to be reckoned with and that all of the preseason picks were, in fact, incorrect. The Rockets have been looking good, and I'm sure they will continue. I think actually what I'm talking about, because sometimes I have a way of talking out the wrong side here. Let's see, schedule. If I can get this to work. Oh, another thing, while I'm looking this up, Tucker Gleason, again, making waves. He was actually selected for 2 national quarterback watch lists this past weekend because of his performance. Boy, if I could just get my computer working this morning. Come on. Well, it does not seem to want to work for me here, but the Tucker Gleason was named as a Manning Award Star of the Week and the Davy O'Brien Foundation Great 8. And because of the Davy O'Brien Foundation Great 8 designation this weekend, he's now been put on the Davy O'Brien watch list. So that's an award given to the best quarterback of the year in the NCAA. So Tucker Gleason is definitely making his name for himself again with that performance. I mean, he went 23 of 28. He only missed 5 passes that entire game, throwing 3 touchdowns, I think 248 yards. Definitely one of those statement games that, because my computer does not want to show me what I'm looking for, and somehow my phone is more reliable than the good old computers here on the University of Toledo campus. We're going to utrockets.com. And, while I'm looking that up, let's go ahead and get back to some more music here. Actually, just going back to what we were, the last couple songs that we listened to, The Evil Inside by a band called Figs Posey. They are a local band here. And we also listened to Weezer, My Name is Jonas. And next, what we're going to go to is a song. This is a new album from an artist, again, from the Athens, Ohio area. Like I said, been putting out a call to local bands to get me in some music, and some of my friends from the Athens area have thrown me some music my way to get playing on the show and get their name out. Adam Remnant is, again, a kind of a folky, rocky type of artist, and he has a new album that just came out, and we're going to play a song from that new album right now called Return to Me. I'll have some more information about the album and Adam when we get back from the song. This is Return to Me from Adam Remnant. You're listening to Live, Local, and Loud with Kevin O'Korn on WXUT 88.3 FM.
Oh, darling, don't you say goodbye. You say we're living in end times. I've heard the signs are there, but I don't know and I don't really care. All I can think about is you, despite all this talk of impending doom. So show a little mercy on me before the stars in the sky start falling. Every sinner drops to their knees if you threaten their reality, and you're all I know, you're all I see, darling. Return to me. Oh, darling, don't you turn away. The world isn't gonna end today. Oh, darling, don't you wait and see. Can't you see this isn't make-believe? And I was gonna be the one for you, but I was born beneath the wheel and rendered to. Now I'm waiting on your second coming. Every minute grows grimmer as the clock is running. But I could wait forever here, anticipating you to reappear. 'Cause you're all I know, you're all I see. Darling, won't you return to me? And if it's gonna take a little time, oh, darling, won't you ease my mind? Oh, darling, we got time. I don't care if the stars align. You say words come down. Let the seven angel trumpets sound. My ears are deaf to the tone. As far as I can tell, we are on our own. I've been wrong before, so if you see that light surrounding your door, maybe there's hope for you, yeah. And maybe I'll be left alone as you take flight and leave. Darling, won't you return to me? Darling, won't you return to
All right, welcome back to Live, Local, and Loud on WXUT FM. WXUT FM 88.3 is broadcasting live from Parks Tower here on the beautiful University of Toledo campus. Again, that last song was Adam, Remnant, and the Signs. The Adam is, again, a local, I say local, meaning from here in the great state of Ohio, and just released a new album called Big Doors, which is available on all streaming platforms. So if you enjoyed Adam's song Return to Me, definitely check him out where you find your music. We're going to get back to a little bit more music right now. This is another Ohio band. This is the Stone Quillen Band. This is not the best recording, but this is a live performance that really showcases the power and rock ability of a blues-based band, the Stone Quillen Band. This is from their debut show at the Court Grill down in Pomeroy, Ohio. This is a cover song from Jimi Hendrix, and this is Foxy Lady on Live, Local, and Loud here on WXUT FM 88.3.
You Foxy lady.
You're listening to WXUT 88.3 FM. This is live, local, and loud with Kevin O'Korn at 7:10 in the morning here Tuesday, September 17th, 2024. Before we went to that song, we were talking about the Toledo Rockets and their dominant performance, their 41-17 victory over Mississippi State this past weekend. We talked about Tucker Gleason having an amazing game, 23 of 28 for 285 passing yards without a turnover, also 44 yards of rushing. He actually made completions to 9 different receivers, so he was spreading the wealth over the course of the game. But one person that doesn't always seem to get a lot of attention, but definitely needs to be recognized, and recognized he was. Dylan Kinanen, the kicker for the Rockets, won co-special teams player of the week from the MAC. Kinanen made all 7 kicks that he attempted Saturday, finishing 5 of 5 for extra points and 2 for 2 with field goals, including a season-long 41-yard goal in the fourth quarter. He accounted for 11 points towards the Rockets' total in the victory. So, again, congratulations to Dylan Kinanen and Tucker Gleason on racking up some awards this week from the MAC and from the Coaches Associations. The Rockets return to action this Saturday I'm sorry. I thought they had a bye this week. I was wrong. The 3-0 Rockets return to action Saturday, the 21st. They're going to be playing the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers in their final non-conference game. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. And you can catch all the action on ESPN Plus. Also, you can hear it locally on. Look for it on your radio dial. If you want to listen to it on the radio on WSPD 1370. I know I'm pitching another radio station, but unfortunately, WXUT will not be broadcasting that game live. But you can count on Andrew Hoffman and the rest of the WXUT sports team to bring you live action from the Rockets when they're in town at the Glass Bowl. So when the football team has a home game, again, their next home game is October 5th. That's homecoming weekend. The Rockets are taking on the Miami Redhawks this year for homecoming, so it should be just an amazing game. So make sure you tune in for that on October 5th with Andrew Hoffman and the rest of the WXUT sports team. They're doing great work this season. They're adding additional live broadcasts of UT Rockets sports. You'll be hearing volleyball throughout the season. They've already done a couple games so far this season from Savage Arena when the Rockets have been taking on their opponents. Also at Paul Hotmer Field, you'll hear them announcing soccer games. We've had some technical difficulties the past week getting those live broadcasts, but we're working all those kinks out. So keep an eye on the WXUT social media pages. Just search WXUT on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X. I still can't get used to calling it X. It'll always be Twitter to me. Search WXUT, and you can definitely find out when they will be broadcasting live sports action right here from the University of Toledo campus. And if they get adventurous, they may even hit the road. We'll see what happens, but they're doing a great job really trying to work on the WXUT sports brand and bringing you quality play-by-play calls from the biggest Rocket sports events here on the University of Toledo campus. Also, while we're talking about social media, we do have Facebook, Instagram, and X profiles here for Live, Local, and Loud. I do encourage you to check that out, become a follower. I will be building those sites, especially the Facebook site. I'm old school. Like I said, I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not in at this point. I'm still learning Snapchat and TikTok and all that stuff. So maybe we'll be coming to those platforms as well. But for now, the main platform to get your information on Live, Local, and Loud on Facebook, if you look for Live, Local, and Loud, WXUT 88.3, check us out. I will be posting the schedules for local bands, where they're playing, when they're playing. I can't really pitch them or talk to you. I mean, I can kind of tell you what's happening with those bands, when they'll be playing. But for more information to find out where you can find your favorite local bands playing here in the area, definitely check out Live, Local, and Loud on Facebook, Live, Local, and Loud on Instagram, and Live, Local, and Loud on X/Twitter. Again, if you're out there listening this morning, I would love to hear from you. Please give me a call at 419-530-4455. Again, I threw out a topic, haven't heard anything on it yet, but I was talking about SNL. Michael Shea, in a recent interview, talked about possibly quitting a show because of a punchline, which luckily it didn't happen, because the Weekend Update is probably still the strongest part, in my opinion, of SNL these days. The banter between Shea and Colin Jost is absolutely hilarious, and when they write jokes for each other, it's always fun to watch how they react to reading these jokes for the first time. So my favorite right now, of what they're doing is the Weekend Update. Absolutely just stellar writing there. And my favorite all-time skit or character, again, I said, is Ed Grimley, who was played by Martin Short. And I would say, actually, my favorite all-time skit is one of the first ones I remember watching as a kid when Mom and Dad would let me stay up late and see the show. Back in the Eddie Murphy days, back with Eddie Murphy, Joe Piscopo, that cast was absolutely hilarious. James Brown's Celebrity Hot Tub. Eddie Murphy just absolutely knocked it out of the park with his impersonation of James Brown, and the James Brown Celebrity Hot Tub Party was absolutely, I still to this day quote that, and it makes me laugh just thinking about it. So again, if you have a favorite SNL sketch that you'd like to talk about, please give me a call, 419-530-4455. But I'm not opening it just to that. I want to hear from you. I know this first show has kind of been a little bit of a train wreck. Again, it will become more polished as we move along. But I want to hear from you. How am I doing? What do you want to hear on Live, Local, and Loud? If you're in a local band, give me a call. Let me know about your band. Let me know what type of music you're playing. And we'll give you guys some airtime to promote your band. But let's get back to the music right now. We're going to play a song from... this is an artist. His name is Scott Haas. Scott plays in a bunch of local bands here, but this is actually from an album that he wrote or that he produced. This is his solo music. It's kind of stripped down. He told me that he plays all of the instruments on these songs. But we're going to play a song from Scott Haas right now. It's called Be My Victim. You're listening to Live, Local, and Loud on WXUT 88.3 FM. Scott Haas with Be My Victim.
It was getting late on Saturday night. I was making my rounds looking for Miss Right. I had 4 shots of courage in me when in she walked, dressed so scantily. She took one look at me and said, "You know I'm just a kill. Be my victim, if you will." Before I knew it, it was closing time. The lights went on, oh, she looked so fine. She said, "Honey, why don't you follow me home? Just try to keep up, I don't want to be alone." Then she said, "Honey, you know I'm dressed to kill. Be my victim, if you will." She said, "Be my victim, if you will. Be my victim, if you will. Be my victim, if you will." She said, "Be my victim, if you will." When next Saturday rolled around, I was out looking for you know who. When I strolled into my favorite place, I seen a girl with a familiar face. She looked my way and said, "You know I'm dressed to kill. Be my victim, if you will." She said, "Be my victim, if you will. Be my victim, if you will. Be my victim, if you will." She said, "Be my victim, if you will. Be my victim, if you will. Be my victim, if you will."
Do you want to rock out? Then tune in to 88.3 WXUT FM on Thursday nights from 10 to midnight. And get ready to jam out to classic rock from the vinyl to cassette era. Grab your air guitar, throw up your fists, and turn up that FM dial because we're going to take off on Flying with the Ace.
We're going to play that promo one more time since I stepped over it with other music. This is a promotion for a show here on WXUT, Flying with the Ace, with Ace Accreditable. Here we go.
Do you want to rock out? Then tune in to 88.3 WXUT FM on Thursday nights from 10 to midnight. And get ready to jam out to classic rock from the vinyl to cassette era. Grab your air guitar, throw up your fists, and turn up that FM dial because we're going to take off on Flying with the Ace.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Toledo's only alternative, 88.3 FM, WXUT Toledo.
At the University of Toledo.
Welcome back to Live, Local, and Loud here on WXUT 88.3 FM, broadcasting from the beautiful campus of the University of Toledo. In the background right now, you are hearing music from the Stone Quillen Band. This is a song called Green Tea. Again, playing a lot of out-of-town artists this morning because I'm still looking for local artists to come in and send me your music. I'm getting some great responses from people. You can check out Live, Local, and Loud on Facebook and check on the About section for an email where you can email me links to your Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, or send me MP3 files. We'll get your songs on the air because Live, Local, and Loud is all about the local music. And when I say local, I'm talking about here in Northwest Ohio and throughout the state of Ohio. So again, right now you're hearing in the background Green Tea from the Stone Quillen Band. We'll be bringing you more local music on future shows and throughout the week, or every Tuesday from 6 to 8 a.m. here on WXUT FM 88.3. So, again, a little bit about myself. We didn't really get into it too much at the beginning of the show. My background really is in television news. I spent about 15 years working in television and television news. Here in Toledo, I started out right here at the University of Toledo. Back in the day when we had a coach's show called Rocket Replay, I was a producer for that show. Which gave me my jump start into broadcast television. And from there, I moved on to NBC 24 back in the day when they still did news here locally. It's kind of sad to see it go away. I was very proud of the work that we did there. We were small but mighty and had a great team of people that worked at the station. From there, we moved down to Orlando, Florida. So I made a big jump from Toledo to Orlando, Florida, which is a top 20 market here in the country, and worked for the local Fox affiliate down there for a year, and then worked for the CBS affiliate, doing a little bit of everything behind the scenes, from producing to editing to running the news desk to actually going out and shooting. So I've done a little bit of everything. So I made that jump to Orlando and was down there for 11 years before moving back here to the beautiful city of Toledo. People ask me why you're crazy moving from the Florida sunshine back to Toledo. I'll tell you what, I absolutely love Toledo. Back when I was a student, way back in the day, I may not have said the same thing, but the transformation, the rebirth of Toledo, the renaissance, if you will, of Toledo has been absolutely amazing. Watching it go from a downtown area that was, the true definition of the Rust Belt, economic desperation and all of that, to seeing the downtown area become this thriving metropolis with a great nightlife, night scene, amazing bars and restaurants, great music scene. I mean, you can go anywhere in the city of Toledo and hear amazing music 7 nights a week. Some of my favorite places that I like to go to, not advertisers. Obviously, we don't do advertising here on WXUT, but I love, for jazz, I love to go to Lucille's. Back in the day, I wish the Dirty Bird would bring back music. You would catch me there at least once or twice a month listening to live music. You can find great music 7 days a week here throughout Toledo. Again, I'm going to throw this out to you, just looking for a topic to hopefully have people call in. Where do you guys like to go see music here in Toledo, and who are some of your favorite local bands? If I don't have them in my rotation, I will reach out to them and get them in so we can have that music playing here on WXUT, on the Live, Local, and Loud broadcast. Don't forget to like or follow Live, Local, and Loud here on our social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and X. And again, if you want to give me a call this morning, the phone lines are wide open. I've got 4 of them that are sitting and they're not ringing, but I would love to hear from you. Give us a call at 419-530-4455, and we will get you on the air to talk about the local music scene or whatever else is on your mind today. We're going to get back to some music here right now. Let's see what we got. We're going to play another song from a band called Uncouth out of Athens, Ohio. This song is called Better Homes and Gardens. It's off of their new album that you can find on the various streaming platforms. Let's actually stop that. I tell you what, like I said, I'm getting used to working the board here and forgetting to turn off things, so it's automatically looping through music. But again, this is Better Homes and Gardens from the band Uncouth.
This is what you call
live, local, and loud on WXUT FM 88.3, broadcasting live from Parks Tower here on the beautiful University of Toledo campus. Good morning. You are listening to 88.3 FM WXUT, broadcasting from the beautiful campus of the University of Toledo. I'm Kevin Ocorn, and this is Live, Loud, and Local. We just got done listening to No Sleep Till Brooklyn from the Beastie Boys, and prior to that, a song called Better Home and Gardens by the band Uncouth. They are a new band coming to us out of Athens, Ohio. You can check out their music on any of the streaming platforms. Actually, got a news story that caught my attention yesterday that I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but let's play a little song here from the band in question. Giving you the full intro to the song. Yes, that's right. Jane's Addiction. Have you guys heard the news about Jane's Addiction? For the first time in 14 years, the band went on tour, and unfortunately, the tour has come to a premature end. Jane's Addiction cancels their reunion tour in the wake of an onstage band fight. Guitarist Dave Navarro says he hopes Perry Farrell will find the help that he needs. So what's this all about? Like I said, the remainder of the reunion tour by the original lineup of Jane's Addiction has been canceled, while a general statement issued under the band's name collectively did not lay blame. Guitarist Dave Navarro laid it out squarely, according to Variety, at singer Perry Farrell's feet in a separate statement issued on his own social accounts and co-signed by the other two band members, saying Farrell is experiencing mental health issues and saying they hope he finds the help he needs. It's a development that came to seem inevitable after the world witnessed footage of an onstage melee. And for those of you in East Toledo, melee, a fight broke out on stage that saw Farrell taking a punch at guitarist Navarro, followed by bassist Eric Avery going after Farrell as he and two crew members struggled to get the singer off stage. I'm going to try to find that video and put it up on the Live, Local, and Loud Facebook page so you guys can check it out. In the brief statement posted on social media Monday morning, it read, "To all the fans, the band have made the difficult decision to take some time away as a group. As such, they will be canceling the remainder of the tour." The announcement goes on to say that refunds for canceled dates will be issued at the point of purchase, blah, blah, blah. Navarro posted a separate statement on behalf of himself and the two other band members of the group, writing, "Due to the continuing pattern of behavior and the mental health difficulties of our singer Perry Farrell, we have come to the conclusion that we have no choice but to discontinue our current U.S. tour. Our concern is with his personal health and safety as well as our own, and has left us with no alternative. We hope that he will find the help that he needs." So that's kind of sad. Jane's Addiction came out back in the day when I was in college for the first time back in the early 90s. And, they just kind of took the world by storm with their unique take on music. And, Big Cut Stealing as, just a staple on my playlist when I'm out walking. It gets me going all the time. Jane Says, Nothing Shocking. Those songs are just epic in my mind. So, again, it's heartbreaking to see that Perry Farrell is having these issues. We hope, just like Dave Navarro said, we hope he finds the help that he needs, and it would be great to see them able to at least try to resurrect and finish out the tour and bring the music that people have been longing to hear played live at venues around their area. Speaking of which, I'm going to talk just a second here about some of my favorite music. I was talking about earlier in the show that my music interest genres ranges the spectrum from classical music to old school rap to hard rock to classic rock. I will tell you my go-to band when I'm feeling a need to get pumped up has always been Van Halen. Now you can argue one iteration of Van Halen is better than the other, whether it's the original David Lee Roth era, Sammy Hagar era. There may be a few out there that say the Gary Cherone era was a good one album era, but I'll take Van Halen whatever era you have to offer. My whole thought process on that was, as long as Eddie Van Halen was playing guitar, I was going to listen. You look at the catalog of their music from 1978 through their final album, Different Kind of Truth. It just, the catalog is just filled with anthems that are just part of the soundtrack of my life. I will be honest, I really, really got into Van Halen back in 1986 after David Lee Roth had left the band. I had been listening to Van Halen, started collecting their albums, because I was a little bit young. I was, in 1978, I was only 6 years old. So Van Halen really wasn't in my wheelhouse at that point. But I did start to appreciate their music. The song Eruption that guitar solo changed my musical life as to what I considered great rock and roll music. And I mean, to this day, it's, getting close to 50 years old, 46 years old or whatever it is now. And it still sounds like it could have come out today. Eruption, just mind-blowing guitar solo. We'll definitely play some Van Halen throughout the course of Live, Local, and Loud to supplement all the music that we're playing locally. But I'll tell you what, in 1986, David Lee Roth had left the band. I didn't have a vested interest in the band. I did like their music. I did have some of their albums. But when 5150 came out, it absolutely blew my mind. It was kind of different from what you had been hearing from Van Halen the previous albums, but it still was Van Halen. I believe to this day that is some of the best guitar playing Eddie Van Halen has ever played. The drumming on the album, Alex Van Halen, is just a master. And bringing Sammy into the fold at that point brought this different level of musicality to the band. They started to experiment more, but still move forward with solid rock music. This is when we got into the era of Van Halen having ballads. Songs like Dreams or When Love Walks In. Those songs kind of expanded the feel of Van Halen, but still were these straight ahead driving rock ballads that made music just fun to listen to. I just absolutely fell in love with Van Halen at that point. I always joke with people that Van Halen kind of became my Grateful Dead. Whenever I had a chance to go see them live in concert, I did. And, it continued all the way up through the Different Kind of Truth tour. It was actually the very first concert I ever took my son to go see in 2012 when A Different Kind of Truth came out. I took my son Dominic to see Van Halen at the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida for his first concert. And that was a very special moment for me. Every year when the anniversary of that concert comes up, those pictures start popping up on Facebook. And it just brings up some really, really great memories. We got to see them again in 2015, the final year of Van Halen touring. Saw them down in Tampa. And honestly, out of the 8 or 9 times I had seen Van Halen at that point, it was by far the best I'd ever seen Eddie Van Halen play. He looked happy. He looked healthy. And man, did he just kill it. Just absolutely killed it. And it was just one of those concerts that I'll never forget. Kenny Wayne Shepherd opened up, so we had some great blues rock that started off the evening, followed by Van Halen. And they just went on to put on a set that absolutely just rocked. So now this brings us to this summer. With Eddie's passing, there's always talk, is there going to be a tribute tour? Is there going to be a tribute tour? Well, Sammy Hagar took the reins and decided to put together the Best of All Worlds tour and put together a great lineup of band members with obviously original band member Michael Anthony on bass, bringing in Jason Bonham, who he's played with The Circle, throughout the past few years, going out on tour with them, and also bringing in the incomparable Joe Satriani. Now, Satch is not Eddie Van Halen. I'll give you that. But he is amazing. There's absolutely no question he is capable of filling the role of playing lead guitar in a Van Halen tribute concert. I got to go see the Best of All Worlds tour at Blossom Music Center in Cuyahoga Falls. Pardon me. And I've been watching videos on YouTube of the different tour stops leading up to the Blossom concert. And they sounded good, but cell phone video on YouTube doesn't tell the whole story. So I was cautiously optimistic. Sammy's voice, at some points, they had to pitch down some of the songs, but not too many of them. Sammy was still hitting the high notes. So I went in cautiously optimistic. I mean, I was going to hear songs that I had not heard played live in some cases in more than 20 years. They came out and put on a rock solid performance, and I mean, I'm the type of guy that gets brought to tears with emotions for songs. We're talking Van Halen here. There's no crying at Van Halen. There's no crying in baseball. But yes, there was crying at the Best of All Worlds tour. They started playing these songs that conjured up so many images and memories of the music that has been the soundtrack of my life for so many years. And I absolutely was blown away by Joe Satriani's take on Eddie's solos, Michael Anthony's voice still absolutely crushing it. I mean, you cannot say Van Halen without having the backing vocals of Michael Anthony. Those high notes that he hits. I mean, the guy's, I think, at least 70 years old now, and he's still hitting these notes and just absolutely crushing it. Rock solid on bass. The only low light, if it's even could be considered a low light, was John Bonham's drumming. I mean, not John Bonham, Jason Bonham's drumming. Absolutely a solid drummer, just a little bit heavy-handed. The one thing I loved about Alex Van Halen was his timing, his inert sense of timing, his connection with jazz grooves, blues grooves, rock grooves. The man can do it all. But Jason Bonham did an admirable job filling in Reverend Al's seat on these Van Halen songs. But for those four to come out and put on a nearly 2.5 hour show playing over 21 songs from the Van Halen catalog, Montrose, Sammy's solo career, I mean, it just absolutely ripped from song one to the finish. And so unfortunately, the tour's over. Not going to be able to have a chance to see it again. But just recently, this past week, Sammy said there will be another Van Halen tribute tour. So coming to a town near you sometime next year, hopefully we'll get to see another round of deep cuts from the Van Halen era of Sammy. I mean, they even played David Lee Roth era songs. They played Jump. They played Panama. When Ain't Talking About Love. I mean, these songs that just have been the soundtrack of my life will still get to live on as long as Sammy and Michael are touring and getting these tours together. But right now, I want to play for you my absolute favorite sound from the 5150 album from 1986 Van Halen. It's the title track of the song 5150. Some amazing double bass work from Alex. The guitar solo is classic Eddie Van Halen sound, and this is just straight ahead rock and roll. This is 5150 from Van Halen on Live, Local and Loud here on WXUT FM 88.3. Sorry about that. Just accidentally cut that off. We are running out of time. It is now 8:54 a.m. or 7:54 a.m. Just coming up on the 8 o'clock hour and the end of the WXUT on-air broadcast day. You can still catch us on the internet at WXUT.com on our live stream, airing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year worldwide. That's going to wrap it up for me today for the first show of Live, Local, and Loud. Again, my name is Kevin O'Korn, and I am coming to you from the WXUT studios. We'll be back next Tuesday morning at 6 a.m., and we'll be featuring some local music from Ed Dressel, Enforcer, Greg Griffin, the Rob Matterhorn Band, Lollipop Lustkill, and Newfound Elements. So please tune in next Tuesday from 6 to 8 a.m. on WXUT, and we will bring you more live, loud, and local. Again, you can find us on all social media outlets, and that means Facebook, Twitter, and X, and we're going to hit that again. Tell you what, man, it's been kind of a train wreck this first show, but we muddled our way through it. We will be back again next Tuesday from 6 to 8 a.m. for the best in live local music, and throughout the state of Ohio. My name is Kevin O'Korn. Thank you so much for tuning into Live, Local, and Loud. We will see you next week on WXUT 88.3 FM. Have a great day.
Closing time. Turn all of the lights on over every boy and every girl. Closing time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your will.